First Sem!
NANI?お前、これは。
Annyeong guys! So, musta? Here we go again. So, this will be the second video for your subject in Theories of Crime Causation. So, in the last video, we have discussed the review on Introduction to Criminology. Although meron na doon yung mga theories, is mga summary lang yun at meron pang kulang-kulang. Parang papyaw lang muna sa main topics natin. So in the coming video series, we will be further discussing yung iba't ibang criminological theories, and we will be basing the ideas here from this book of Miss Glenda and Jerry, Theories of Crime Causation. Yun, dito. So from this video, we will be discussing yung page 4 and 10 niya muna. What is a theory? So let's go. What is a theory? A theory is a statement that explains the relationship between the abstract concept in a meaningful way. So what do you mean by abstract concept? So these are, for example, if we take the theory of social learning theory, social learning, yung pinapag-aralan mo sa mga tao, sa iba't ibang tao through your life. So that is, how does that affect yung pagiging criminal ng isang tao? So that is yung relationship ng pagiging criminal at yung social learning, that is an abstract concept, and sa theory it explains it in a very meaningful way. So gets ba? It serves as a model or framework for understanding human behavior and the forces that form it. So it's like a guide into why humans behave that way. So if we go to criminological concept, bakit gumagawa ng krimen ang mga to? Parang kapag gumawa ka ng theory, parang i-explain mo kung bakit niya ginagawa to. So may mga theories, sa mga juvenile theories, na kung bakit why young people commits crime so early. So maraming theories about that. So for example, yung kanina is social learning, yung pinapag-aralan nila sa mga iba't ibang tao sa paligid-ligid nila. So how does that theory explains why young people behaves that way. So it is a set of logically related explanatory hypotheses that are consistent with a body of empirical facts and may suggest more empirical relationships. Sabi dito is, it is a set of logically related explanatory hypothesis. So grupo yan ng hypothesis na tinetest mo siya kung tama ba or hindi, at kung nakuha mo na yung data through observation, is i-revise mo yung hypothesis mo. Ganun. A theory composes of mga tested hypotheses that are consistent with a body of empirical facts. Kaya nga tested kasi kino-compare mo na siya so what do you mean by empirical? Na empirical means tested or nakuha mo through parang scientific method, parang you gathered it scientifically, hindi yung haka-haka lang. So that is empirical facts. And the theory explains empirical relationship, kung ano ang relationship ng poverty to crime, social learning to crime, mga ganun. So it's a set ng combination ng empirical facts, mga empirical facts that was tested into hypothesis and its empirical relationships. Basta kapag maisip mo yung theory, yan is tested na knowledge na yan, parang group of knowledge na na-study ng na-study hanggang na-convince yung nag-i-study na totoo pala na ganun yung isang bagay. So that is a theory. I hope you understand that. So meron din yung sabi ni Moore na yung parehas din na it is a related set of concepts and principle about a phenomena. So grupo daw siya ng konsepto at prinsipyo na nagde-describe sa isang pangyayari. So what is a concept? A symbolic representation of actual thing. So tree, chair, table, criminal, poverty, social learning. Principle naman is express the relationship between two or more concepts or constructs. So for example, ano ang relationship between poverty and crime, relationship between social learning and crime, social learning and juvenile delinquency, ganun. What is construct is parang concept siya na walang physical, hindi siya tree, hindi siya chair, hindi siya table, hindi mo siya nahawakan, parang abstract na democracy, learning, poverty, social learning. Variables naman is, for example, if you want to measure poverty, sabi parang ilagay mo siya sa pinaka mababang form, parang paano ba yan? You put poverty into a measurable form kasi poverty is a broad concept. Parang gagawin mo siyang specific. So for example, purchasing power, income, level of income, mga ganun. So kung gagawa ka ng title ganun is what is the relationship between the purchasing power of the people in Tondo. My gosh. Social theory. So theories that explains the social relationship between people or the human behavior of people in a society. So if we relate it to criminology, then how does crime happen? How does crime happen in a society, or how does society contributes in making crime, or how does the society plays a role in crime causation, or why does crime happen, on what is the role of society in why does crime happens. So nilagay ko ang social theory kasi dito na yung focus ng pag-explain natin ng crime sa criminology, although kino-combine na, for example biosocial. So anong role ng for example ng biological is yung IQ mo or yung inherited characteristic mo, tapos plus yung nag-influence sa'yo sa environment. So there are three kinds of reasoning needed to make a theory or develop a theory. One is inductive reasoning, so from specific observation to general observation. So for example, you wanted to know the favorite crime in the Philippines, so you observe, for example, in-observe mo yung mga ginagawang krimen sa Luzon, at nag-observe ka ulit sa Visayas, nag-observe ka ulit sa Mindanao. So from those specific na observation mo, at nalaman mo na rape ang pinaka favorite na crime, or favorite na crime, is pwede mo nang masasabi na Filipinos loves, or the Filipinos favorite crime is rape. So from the specific na ginawa mo na nag-observe ka sa mga tao sa Luzon, sa Visayas, and then sa Visayas, and then sa Mindanao, parang nag-conclude ka na through the specific testing observations, naging general na. So, ganun ang inductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning naman is, for example, sabi sa theory is, sa deductive reasoning naman is from general to specific. So, ayun, general is, for example, the Filipinos' favorite crime is rape. So, general conclusion. So, you must prove it through specific observation to. So, parang nag-reverse yung process ng inductive reasoning na titest mo kung yung mga tao ba, yung mga krimen ba sa Luzon is mostly rape, or sa yung krimen ba sa Visayas is rape, as well as sa Mindanao. So, yung specific observation mo, pag oo, edi the general observation is true. Then, ganun. Kino-confirm mo pag deductive reasoning. Sa abductive reasoning naman is, kapag hindi applicable yung dalawa, is, sa abductive reasoning is somewhat you assume something. Kapag mag-assume ka, tas itetest mo yan, tas yun, for example, bago yung idea mo, sinasabi mong okay, so what is abductive reasoning? So simply, it is parang taking your best shot. So mag-assume ka na kung ano yung sa tingin mo yung tama, at itetest mo yan, at yun na ang abductive reasoning. So I cannot find a way to explain it in criminology, pero parang sa isang korte sa Amerika, sometimes hindi judge ang mag-determine kung guilty or not guilty, kundi ang juror. Juror is group of people, parang group of competent people na sila yung magde-determine kung guilty or not guilty. So, kung isa kang member ng juror, di ba, hindi mo alam kung guilty talaga yung isang crime, yung accused or hindi. So, ina-observe mo na yung itsura niya is mukha naman criminal. Tapos yung parang very suspicious ka sa kanya, at nag-assume ka na guilty siya kasi ganun yung itsura niya. So, you're taking your best shot, na parang you're assuming something, and na-conclude ka na guilty siya. So, ganun ang abductive reasoning, na kapag walang point of reference na pag-explain ng isang bagay, mag-assume ka na lang. So, that is how to develop a theory. So, I will discuss further yung mga 3 kinds of reasoning sa ibang panahon, sa next video natin, baka in the next few days. So, yun lang for today, and bye!